Good evening. I'm Jojo Zaza, reporting live from the DV Real News Center. We're interrupting regular programming with a breaking development in the rapidly intensifying conflict between Iran and Israel. Just moments ago, Tehran issued its most aggressive statement yet, directly accusing U.S. President Donald Trump of betrayal following a series of U.S.-backed airstrikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. According to Iran's foreign ministry, the strikes, which took place in the early hours of the morning, local time, targeted critical infrastructure connected to Iran's nuclear research and development programs. While the Pentagon has yet to formally confirm U.S. involvement, Iranian officials claim they have evidence linking the operation to directives greenlit by Trump just days after reasserting control over an independent strike group operating in the region. Middle East correspondent, LB, reporting from Istanbul. Emotions are boiling here. In Tehran, state TV is running images of the bombed-out nuclear facility in Isfahan. Iranian leadership is furious, accusing Trump of violating not only international law but prior back-channel understandings made during periods of reduced hostility. One spokesperson went so far as to call Trump's actions a historical treachery that will not be forgotten nor forgiven. The word they're using repeatedly tonight? Betrayal. According to Iranian Foreign Minister, the U.S. president has crossed a red line. He has spat in the face of diplomacy and placed American lives at risk for political gain. The fallout is immediate. Iran's Revolutionary Guard is reportedly mobilizing assets along the western border. Israel, meanwhile, remains on full alert. And here in the United States, protests, already surging from coast to coast, have entered a second night, with many demonstrators now accusing Trump not only of unconstitutional engagement but of igniting what could become a catastrophic global war. The White House remains tight-lipped. No official statement, no press conference, but leaked intel obtained by DV Real indicates that the operation may have been coordinated through a rogue faction of Trump-loyal defense operatives, bypassing standard approval chains. General M.T. Rhett, former strategic commander, said that, if these reports are accurate, Trump may have acted without oversight, essentially taking the U.S. to war from outside the system. That's not just unorthodox, it's potentially treasonous. And as we speak, thousands have gathered outside the Capitol. Candles lit, flags turned upside down, a signal of national distress. Their message is deafening: this is not our war. In a matter of hours, the world has changed. What began as a localized regional dispute now teeters on the edge of an international inferno, fanned by decisions made in the shadows and powered by one man's unchecked ambition. Across the United States, what started as isolated pockets of frustration has now grown into a full-blown nationwide movement. Thousands upon thousands of Americans have poured into city streets, voicing outrage after President Donald J. Trump made an unexpected return to the global stage, this time stepping directly into the volatile conflict unfolding between Iran and Israel. As tensions overseas mount, domestic unrest has reached a boiling point. Demonstrations erupted spontaneously across more than 40 major cities, from coast to coast, in what many are calling one of the most dramatic public outcries in recent years. Protesters, from every walk of life, are demanding accountability and a change in leadership direction. Their message is unified and resounding: Trump must go. In the wake of Trump's involvement in the Iran-Israel standoff, a move that many analysts and citizens alike are calling ill-advised and dangerously escalatory, public sentiment has shifted sharply. Even among his own base, former allies are voicing uncertainty. Recent polls show a steep decline in Trump's approval ratings, particularly within traditionally supportive Republican circles. This sudden drop in confidence among conservative voters marks a critical turning point. Political scientists suggest that Trump's unilateral engagement in the Iran-Israel crisis, seen by many as a bid to reassert international dominance, has backfired dramatically, alienating both moderates and hardliners alike. Senior Foreign Affairs Correspondent, ML, reporting, and I quote, "I've been speaking with defense officials all day, and there's a growing sense of concern. The U.S. military, though technically operating under the authorization of Congress, has suddenly found itself embroiled in a conflict that was previously being observed from the sidelines. Trump's assertive stance has triggered a flurry of high-level meetings across NATO and the United Nations. It's unclear what the endgame is, but the streets here at home show no signs of calming. The protests, described by organizers as organic, decentralized, and spontaneous, are drawing comparisons to the anti-war demonstrations of the early 2000s. But this movement, according to many activists, isn't solely about foreign policy. It's about leadership, decision-making, and the feeling that the American public was left out of a monumental decision that could endanger lives both abroad and at home. Protester in Philadelphia said that, "We didn't vote to go to war. We didn't ask for this. And yet here we are, once again, facing the consequences of one man's ego. Enough is enough." As of this broadcast, the Trump-aligned political camp has not issued a formal response. Sources close to the former president say he is aware of the protests but remains steadfast in his belief that American strength must be demonstrated, not debated. His allies have issued scattered statements defending the move as necessary in the face of rising global tensions. Political analyst Dr. H.B. quoted, "What we're seeing isn't just a protest against war. It's a referendum on Trump's political legacy, a legacy increasingly defined by unpredictability. These protests represent not only anti-intervention sentiment, but also deep fractures within the American political identity." Military strategist, called Dr. Rhett. From a strategic standpoint, entering the Iran-Israel theater at this stage is highly volatile. There's no clear objective, no long-term diplomatic framework. It's a dangerous gamble, and now we're seeing domestic fallout. Meanwhile, international reactions are rolling in. Allies in Europe have expressed concern over the unilateral nature of the U.S. engagement, and several foreign diplomats are urging immediate de-escalation. In Tehran and Tel Aviv, the streets are equally tense, but now the American homeland is bearing the weight of that pressure. In these moments of unrest, one truth echoes louder than policy: the American people are speaking. Whether this will alter the course of U.S. foreign strategy remains to be seen. But one thing is undeniable: a movement is underway. One born not out of partisanship, but out of fear, concern, and the desire to be heard. We will continue to bring you up-to-the-minute updates from protest sites, military briefings, and diplomatic channels. Stay with us as we monitor one of the most pivotal moments in recent American history. This has been Jojo Zaza, reporting live for DV Real News TV. In times like these, the facts matter, and your voice matters even more. Good night and stay safe.